Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I know it's been a little bit since I made a video, but I have been a very busy boy, so I just really haven't had the time. But funny thing is, I got a cute little story for you guys today of what not to do and how I am still doing it and how it became kind of a big problem. So let's get into it.
What we do here is go back.
So recently I had a frag show that I had to go to, and I was going to be a vendor selling coral from here and there in my tank. And of course, with frag shows, you have to make frags. So, a lot of my colonies, I did just do a little bit of chopping, nothing too crazy. But one of them happened to be a Walt Disney, which is obviously one of the best looking corals you can get for your tank. If you guys have followed me before, you'll definitely know it was right behind my Montipora here. As you can see, right now it's taken by a Fruity Pebbles Acropora. But from here, you can kind of see the little bald spot that is now missing, and that was the actual colony itself. And basically what happened was I cut that colony. It was a pretty good size, but I cut that colony into about 15, 20 pieces. Lots of, available frags because it was a good size. It wasn't like super tiny or anything, but I cut that and I let a lot of those pieces heal, but unfortunately, I think I went a little too far as cutting it, and it started to die, unfortunately. The whole colony started to die at the base, and it was starting to move upwards through to, like individual polyps. And so I basically took emergency action. I grabbed my clippers and I cut that sucker into a bunch of different pieces. So now, instead of one colony of Walt Disney that I had growing there, I now have one Walt Disney here. I have one Walt Disney here. And then the remaining pieces, I have one here, there, and there. So now in the tank I have about 8 different colonies of Walt Disney, which I probably should have done in the first place, just because it's nice to have an additional colony in case one just happens to RTN for no reason. But I lost the entire colony there, and now I have one here and a bunch of them on this rock. So win-win, I guess. And then the ones that were on the frags, I happened to sell them all, so that was perfect. But since, that happened, I have all these, larger frags now. And then the one bad thing that really happened was, because it started to RTN, I basically have too much coral altogether, unfortunately, and that might have also been the cause of it. I had the Walt Disney on top. I had another coral here, another coral there, and I had another one here as well. And what happened was, because, I had so many corals in a small area, the Walt Disney, as it started to die, whatever that bacteria was in that dead tissue, it moved over to this coral here and killed it, which was a TGC Starry Night. Then it moved down to this little stick right here, which is a cherry bomb, and killed it. Then it moved down to this TSA, I think it's called a Starstruck, which also killed it. And then it also moved to the back, which took out a good portion of my little red Ferrari here, which killed that. This is a surviving chunk that I broke off that I still have. But basically, it started to kill it, and I thought I could save a couple pieces of this little red Ferrari. So I put a couple small chunks right here. And then you can see right here, there used to be another coral, this little white spot, that was a WWC Heartbreaker. Killed that. So basically, starting from the top right here, I have an entire line of death that unfortunately, took out a whole bunch of coral. Luckily for me, I have a lot of additional of the same one just in case. So for example, the cherry bomb that died, I have one right at the tippy top right there of another rock. and I have some, additional frags of everything everywhere else. So it does suck for me that, I did lose a bunch of smaller pieces here and there, but honestly, there was nothing I could do about it. It was either remove the whole rock and try to dip this entire structure, or just let it run its course. So I decided we'll just go ahead and let it run its course. Fortunately for me, it stayed, not so much it stayed, but it did stop at, this little line right here. And also, luckily for me, I do have additional frags. So a lot of these Thirsties reef corals that I got recently, they're taking its place. So hopefully, in another year or so, I'll have nice colonies of those to fill up this space, and it'll look super nice. But I think this is a really good time for kind of a lesson learned, especially, make sure that you keep a good distance between coral. They do generally say, have like a fist size between each acropora so they have room to grow. I clearly did not follow that, bit of information, which probably led to all these problems. You can see a lot of my other coral, they're a pretty good distance apart, so it's not too big of an issue. I do have, corals that fit within this problem. For example, right here, I have a PC Rainbow, a Fox Flame, a CB OMG, and then a Bill Murray. All four of these are way too close. You can even see the PC Rainbow here is starting to overgrow the other stick, the Fox Flame, so that'll probably take over. I'll probably end up cutting the Fox Flame out and leaving the PC Rainbow. But as you can see here, same thing. I grew them way too close, and they're probably going to fight and kill each other at some point. So I might as well just chop it off, see if I can save some coral, and grow this somewhere else. For example, this side's not too bad, but I am having the same issue right here, where it's between a Fox Flame, some random acro I have that I really like, and then a Purple Digi. They are just all, if I can close in on it, they are just all going at it with each other. You can see a lot of the white spots where there's death and there's overlap. So shortly, once it gets bigger, same thing. I'm probably going to have to, do some cutting before the fighting starts. But this is a pretty good lesson learned, just to keep the corals a good size apart, so you don't have to worry about them growing into each other and just killing each other. You can see here with the close-up a lot better. The PC Rainbow is just absolutely overlapping the Jason Fox Flame. Something learned. Obviously, with my last tank, it was a lot more of a mixed reef, and this one is a lot more SPS heavy. So, you do learn some lessons. This is one I have yet to learn that I have now just learned. So, hopefully it doesn't happen too often, because looking at a lot of coral die kind of sucks. But overall, everything else has done pretty okay. You can see lots of good flow with those MP40s instead of the gyres now. And that's kind of my story for today. Just wanted to show you guys, keep your corals far apart. Don't do what I did. And hopefully your corals won't just kill each other. That's a fun little lesson I'm just starting to learn, and that is it for today's episode. Thank you guys as always for watching. The rest of the tank looks pretty much the same. Nothing really interesting has changed. I might tidy it up a little bit, but that is it for today. Thank you guys as always for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.